Hi, today is Saturday, February 13th, and I am very excited for today's video because I am going to be sharing some of my favorite scents to warm in the month of February, as well as some of my favorite Valentine's warmers and how I've incorporated them into my Valentine's Day decor. So Valentine's Day is one of my absolute favorite holidays. I have loved it for as long as I can remember, and it's probably because my birthday is really close to Valentine's Day. So I've always loved the pinks and reds and hearts and think it's just such a fun holiday. So I've always loved to decorate for Valentine's Day, but since I've been loving Scentsy, I have kind of found it hard to find scents that really speak to me in February because I am well over the Christmas scents, but not quite ready for springtime scents. So today I wanted to share some of the favorites that I've come to love over the years. Now I have to admit that some of my very favorites are actually retired scents. So I did want to share some of my favorites from the current catalog that are available right now. So the first scent that I'm going to mention is Apple Cherry Strudel. Now I've actually talked about this scent before because I think it's really nice year round. I really like it in the fall, and then I also think that it is really nice for this time of year too. I get a really nice, warm, inviting bakery cinnamon, and I do enjoy those scents in the cooler fall and winter months. But then there's also a really nice, sweet, fruity note from the apple and cherries. And so I feel like this is kind of a scent that can get me in the mood for spring and summer as well. And like I said, I think that this one definitely can be enjoyed year round. This is a really nice performer on the first day, but this is a scent that is kind of short-lived. It usually doesn't last more than about 1 or 2 days for me, but while it's going, it is really nice. And then recently, I picked up the Cinnamon Cherry Vanilla Oil, and I found that this reminds me a whole lot of Apple Cherry Strudel, so these are really nice if you use them together. Another scent that is available currently that I think is really nice for February is Cloudberry Dreams. Now, this was actually a new release in the fall winter catalog, and it stuck around for the spring summer catalog. I feel like this is a scent that you either really love or you really hate because it definitely is very assertive. I get a really bright, tart peach from this, mixed with a really nice rose scent. Now, I am pretty particular about rose. If it's too heady or too powdery, it's usually not for me, but I actually do like the rose note that is in Cloudberry Dreams, and I think that it complements the peach really, really nicely. So I think this is another scent that can probably be enjoyed year round, and this one is a really, really good performer. So I've used it in my bedroom and in my office. It lasts for days and it is really strong. So I really like Cloudberry Dreams. I feel like this is one of the scents that you kind of have to smell to completely understand, but it is really, really nice, especially if you like peach scents or rose scents. All right, another year-round favorite that I have found myself really reaching for this February is Black Raspberry Vanilla. Now this is a Scentsy classic, and it is definitely one of my favorite Scentsy scents of all time. It is very basic and straightforward, but I think that's why it is such a classic. You just get a very nice, sweet black raspberry scent mixed with the perfect amount of vanilla to make it feel a little perfumey, but it is a really, really good performer. I'd say that most people are probably not offended by this scent, so I think it is guest friendly. And like I said, one of my favorites, one that I do like to reach for this time of year, especially when I am craving something just a little bit more sweet, a little bit more fruity in anticipation of the spring. I wanted to mention these next two scents because they did make a comeback in this spring summer catalog, and I think that they are really appropriate for February. I don't have a bar of either one of these scents because neither are really in my scent wheelhouse, but they are both very popular and I thought that they deserved kind of a special honorable mention. The first one is Satin Sheets. Now this is a really nice combination of vanilla and sandalwood. It is very romantic, and I know that a lot of people really love it and are glad to see it back. It has a little too much sandalwood. It's a little too heavy for me, but like I said, a lot of people love it and are very happy to see it back, and I think that it is really nice for February around Valentine's Day. And then the second one that I think a lot of people are very happy to see in this catalog is Strawberry Rose. Now this was a scent of the month last February, and again, I think it is really nice for Valentine's Day, especially if you like strawberry scents. To me, the strawberry in this is a little artificial and a little powdery for my taste, but a lot of people really love it, and I think that if there is ever a time to warm it, around Valentine's is a really appropriate time. All right, this next scent is actually not currently available, and I am down to my last bar, but I feel like there is a good replacement for it in the current catalog, so I did want to mention it, and it is Angel Experiment 624. So when this scent was originally released, I actually wasn't a huge fan of it, but I have since come around and really like it, and kind of regret not putting it in my Scentsy club. To me, I get a really nice juicy blackberry mixed with a very sweet cotton candy note, and I think that makes it really fun for around Valentine's Day. So I was kind of sad to see that one go, especially since I didn't put it in my Scentsy club, but I feel like there is a pretty good replacement for it in the current catalog, and that is Berry Bright. So this one definitely might lean a little bit more on the summery side for me, just because I do get a very vibrant, sweet, blue raspberry vibe from this, but I also get that sweet cotton candy note. So I think that if you can't get your hands on the Angel Bar, Berry Bright is a pretty good alternative. Another scent that I felt like I had to mention for a February favorites video is Amethyst, since that is February's birthstone. This was actually part of the Crystal collection from a few years ago, which kind of received mixed reviews, I feel like, but this was a really pretty scent from that collection. I get a very nice kind of soft, earthy, perfumey lavender. I also pick up something that's just a little floral, and then something that just makes it feel a little creamy, but this is a really nice performer. It's really nice in a bedroom, so I have to remember to pull this one out to use in my bedroom in February. So a lavender scent that is currently available in the catalog, and one that I just recently picked up, is Lavender Cotton. Now I actually haven't had a chance to warm this one yet, but I got it because I thought that it would be really nice for February, and I actually really like it on cold. I get a very nice kind of soft cotton laundry scent, but it's mixed really well with a very herbal lavender. I think this smells like it will be a pretty good performer, and I'm excited to try it in my bedroom and in our laundry room this month. All right, so I am down to just scents that are currently not available, but I did still want to mention them in case you have them in your stash, or if you ever want to consider voting for them in a future Bring Back My Bar. So this first one is actually going to be returning with the upcoming Bring Back My Bar this summer, and that is French Kiss. So I have this bar from the last time it was available in a Bring Back My Bar, and this is definitely a scent that I like to reach for in the winter. It's very earthy, musky, perfumey. A lot of people compare it to Brown Sugar and Fig from Bath and Body Works, and I think that it is a pretty good dupe of that. Like I said, I like to use this in the winter in my bedroom, and so I did want to give this one a mention, especially if you're excited for this one to return this summer. This next scent actually retired with the fall winter catalog, and it is Hug in a Mug. So I felt like I couldn't make a Valentine's favorites video without including a chocolate scent, and of all the chocolate scents I've smelled, this is definitely my favorite. To me, it is just very sweet and creamy and fluffy, kind of milk chocolate cocoa. It is really pleasant. Those top chocolate notes do kind of die off pretty quickly, and then you're just left with a very sweet vanilla base. But for the first day when this is going, I really enjoy it. All right, we are down to my top 3 favorite scents for February and around Valentine's Day, and they are actually all cherry scents. So I have found that I absolutely love cherry scents in the kind of awkward time between Christmas and spring. And Scentsy actually doesn't come out with a whole lot of cherry scents, so none of these are currently available, but I hope that we will see them back in a Bring Back My Bar very soon. So the first one that I wanted to mention is cherry vanilla. So cherry scents can sometimes come off as a little too cloying or a little too much like cough syrup, but this cherry is done so beautifully. So it is very sweet and tart, but then the vanilla actually makes it feel a little bit more perfumey. To me, this smells more like perfume than something edible, and I really like it. It's a really good performer. I don't have it in my Scentsy club, but I do have a little stash of this, so I always like to pull it out around this time of year. This next one actually is in my Scentsy club, and I'm so glad that it's there. It is Cherry Almond Pie. Now this one does tend to come back in Bring Back My Bars every now and then, so I wouldn't be surprised to see this one again, but this is one of my all-time favorites for February. I get a very sweet cherry mixed with a very strong, noticeable almond extract scent. So you really have to like almond extract to like this scent. I don't get a whole lot of like a bakery crust note, so I don't get the pie part of the cherry almond pie, mostly just cherry and almond extract. Sometimes I do pick up just a little bit of kind of a chocolate note. So this smells like cherry cordials, and I absolutely love it for Valentine's Day. This is one, again, that the top notes kind of die off pretty quickly, and then you're just left with kind of a vanilla base. But for the first day, this is a boomer, and I absolutely love it. All right, and this last one is probably my ultimate favorite for Valentine's Day and for February, and that is Sugared Cherry. This is not in my Scentsy club, and I'm actually down to my last few bars, so I really hope that we will see this one come back in an upcoming Bring Back My Bar, because it is awesome. To me, I get a very nice kind of sophisticated cherry blended perfectly with some really pretty primitive spices. So to me, it kind of smells like a cherry version of Welcome Home, or like a cherry potpourri. I would call this scent spiced cherry instead of sugared cherry, because I definitely get some of those warm primitive spices. This is kind of a winter cherry scent where I feel like cherry vanilla leans a little bit more spring and summer. So that's why I feel like sugared cherry is absolutely perfect for February and for around Valentine's Day. It's also a really good performer. It's very strong. It lasts for several days. So if you like scents like Welcome Home, if you like cherry scents, I would definitely recommend voting for sugared cherry. So those are my favorite scents to warm around Valentine's Day in February. I would love to know what your go-tos are. I would also love to show you what Valentine's warmers I have set up, as well as my Valentine's Day decorations. So right behind me, I have the Be Mine warmer. This is an element warmer that I picked up in a flash sale a few years ago. I really like it. It kind of has a rough texture, and it really does look like those conversation hearts. I just have it on a little cake stand, and then found that sign at my grocery store. All right, so we are upstairs in my front room, and I actually don't have very many Valentine's warmers, so I will definitely show you what I have. Here in the front room, I do just have my classic curve in satin black, and then I really like this little banner that says love. I've had that for several years and thought that it looked really cute on this little entryway table. And then on our front door, I have this really cute kind of pipberry wreath that I got at my grocery store this year, and I am absolutely loving that. I have a few other new decorations in the front room. So I got this really cute love pillow at Target, and it was actually part of the Christmas line, but I thought that that would be perfect for Valentine's Day. I love the texture of it and the little tassels, so I really like that. And then I am loving the kind of XOXO tic-tac-toe motif this year. This is a new pillow that my parents actually got me from Kirkland's. I love it. It has a really cool texture as well. And then I do have this really cute little kisses and hugs tic-tac-toe game. I thought that that was just a cute little addition to my Valentine's decor. And then coming into the dining room and living room, I tried to add a few fun little festive touches throughout. This is actually a new table runner that I got this year at Target. I like that. I'm always on the hunt for cute table runners. And then over in our little china cabinet, I put a few fun Valentine's dishes. So I got a new little bowl, a little ramekin, and then this new Rae Dunn canister. And then I also have my KitchenAid mixing bowl that my husband got me for Christmas. So I really like how that just adds a little fun pop of color. And then moving from the dining room into the living room, I have just a few fun little things on the mantle. So I got this heart this year at my grocery store. I thought that was a cute little addition. And then I have a few garlands strung over here. So I've actually had this little kind of pom-pom garland for a few years. I got it off of Etsy. And then this XOXO garland is new this year, and I think it originally came from Target. I got it off of Mercari and I'm absolutely loving it. And then I still have my white Himalayan salt warmer. I do like to leave this one up during the winter months because I think it looks very wintry. And I have sugared cherry, which is definitely one of my favorites for Valentine's Day. And then over on the love seat, I have this cute little pillow. It has some felt cutout hearts. I think that originally came from Oriental Trading Company a few years ago. And then over in my kitchen, I am really loving my coffee bar this year. I have this sign that I've had for a few years. I got it at a little local boutique. And then this year I added this cute little jar from Walmart. I just filled it with some pink and white conversation hearts. And then I have one of my favorite Rae Dunn Valentine's mugs and one of my favorite little Valentine's warmers. This is the Love Connection warmer. I actually picked it up last year, but it was available again this year as part of the Valentine's collection. I like the little gold foiled hearts. And the finish is kind of a smooth finish with little black dots. It kind of reminds me of vanilla bean ice cream. So really like that. I think it's really, really cute. And then on the other side of my kitchen, I have had a really fun time decorating this little corner. I tried to pull in some more gold from the Love Connection warmer over here. I have the Love Abounds warmer, and it also has some of those little gold detailed hearts. So I thought that they matched perfectly. I have it on this cord concealing stand that is kind of gold toned, kind of brassy. So I thought that that was really cute. And then what I have absolutely loved decorating with this year is this new little tiered tray. I got it at Joann's and I really liked it because it did feature that gold heart. So I thought it kind of tied everything together. And I tried to go with kind of a kitchen theme. So I tried to use some salt and pepper shakers, some measuring spoons. I really liked that little ramekin, and then some cookie cutters as well. Another Rae Dunn mug, and I thought this little sign was so cute. I got that one off of Etsy. So I have really loved how that tiered tray turned out. Let me show you what I have on the other side of it. So on the other side, I have some pieces from a tea set that my husband got me as a present, and I thought that they matched perfectly because they do have the gold trimmed rims. So I thought that that was really, really cute. I added a few of these little wooden hearts for some extra detail, but I like that there's something interesting going on the other side as well. And then I had to share a few of my Valentines. My husband got me these beautiful roses and really sweet teddy bear. And then my parents made us this delicious looking cake. So we can't wait to have a piece of that. I would love to know what your go-to scents are for February and for Valentine's Day. I would also like to know if you have a favorite Valentine's warmer. So thank you so much for coming on this little tour of my Valentine's decorations, and I will see you next time.